Italian Americans have everything. The American dream. They have enough wealth. Kids go to college. Everybody has houses, go on vacations, go to Italy. Very few Italians on the welfare rolls. In fact, it's hard to find a poor Italian. They have everything except one thing, and that is respect. And it really sticks in the craw of successful, or all Italian Americans, that maybe we remain the last ethnic group that it's okay to disrespect. It's a joke, the Godfather kind of comments. And then anytime anyone with an Italian name in sports does something bold or tricky, well, they say he gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. Ha ha ha. And it's in a certain sense it's harmless, and we could take it. It's not like the ethnic slurs that go against African Americans. It's not like the American Jewish community, which has the interests of Israel at heart. Those things are life and death. But it sticks in our craw that we don't get the respect. And I'm sure that it extends out to the general image of Italian Americans. And people have asked this question, done research, when you think of Italian Americans, what do you think of? Well, all good neighbors here, good neighbors, okay. Possible mafia, yeah, okay. Family, yeah, okay. Love food, yes. Olive Garden commercials, yes. You get all that, but would you trust them equally in a sensitive position? Or if someone is running for office, Geraldine Ferraro, for instance, the first thing they ask, Italian, is she connected? You wouldn't ask that of others, and that's profiling. Well, okay. I guess so. We can accept it. We're bigger than that, but we have two people on the Supreme Court. So, there. When I was growing up in the late 40s, early 50s, Italy was always referred to as war-torn. We, in our family in the mid-1940s, were sending care packages to Italy. We were poor. My father was a construction laborer. He was laid off half the time. But my mother was sewing up these packages. In those packages, we had our old shoes and old clothes. Who would want our old shoes and clothes? Coffee and spaghetti. We were sending spaghetti back to Italy. So this was how dire the situation was. And so, especially in some towns, in the town, again I refer to my mother's town of Amazzano, anybody who had any claim to being an American citizen or to be called by an American citizen to migrate, to complete the family or whatnot, wanted to come. And so, in the mid-1950 about, the numbers of migrants out of Italy to the Chicago area and to the whole world, really. The Italians went in large numbers to Canada, to Australia, and to South America in the post-war period because it was a bad time. And it wasn't until the 1960s when the Italian economic miracle began to kick in and Italy became more prosperous, and migration then cooled down. But so we do have in Chicago a good number of folks who came in the 1950s, in the 1960s, and into the 1970s. And they have put a lot of energy into the Italian community. But the challenge that I think is the most serious is the fact that Italian-American culture is at risk. The history of the immigrants who came to the United States, the Italian immigrants who came to the United States, is at risk of being lost. Because we're getting further and further away in terms of people who actually experienced it, can remember it, or can tell stories that were told to them. We haven't done enough of the kind of thing that you're doing, Gia. Recording interviews. We've done some. We've got a lot more to do. We've got more generations to work with that we need to work with, too. Recording the photographs, the documents, the memorabilia. And, you know, this isn't the most important thing in the world. There's terrorism out there. There's global warming out there. There's being accepted by other teenagers for young kids. There's finding a career and making money. All of these things will divert us. And we've got, you know, this torrent of information coming at us on the internet and all the other things that we have and will have, and TVO and the rest. We might just drop the ball and forget about it. Oh, my parents, they came from somewhere. I think it was Italy. I'm Italian. Kiss me, I'm Italian. I love Italy. I love it to everything Italian, but I don't know anything about my uncle, grandfather, why they came, what he did, what happened in those 60 years before I was born, or what have you. I've dedicated a lot of my life, and perhaps the rest of my life, the major thing I'm going to dedicate myself to is to saving that. It's worth something. 5 million immigrants came here. Italian immigrants came to the United States. And, you know, the same is true for every other immigrant group. The same is true for every other ethnic group. Their history deserves to be preserved. And, well, another thing, I enjoy this stuff, and I want other people to enjoy it as well. This is a challenge that we have. And if we don't do it within this next 10 or 20 years, nobody's going to do it, ever. And it's going to be lost.